Do casinos make mistakes? Yes, they absolutely make mistakes. From my point of view, the type of mistakes that interest me are in how they protect their games and how they think about training their staff. For me, as somebody who is not a casino professional, I've never dealt a game in my life, I've never been a casino manager, I know absolutely nothing about the operation of casinos behind the scenes. My interest is purely in how do people cheat these games? What do they see from the outside that allows them to get an advantage illegally? I'm also interested in how an advantage can be gained legally, and we'll talk about that in another video. But the biggest mistake I think casinos make is that they are incredibly distrustful of anybody who has an interest like mine. Obviously, if I were to be talking to casino professionals, I wouldn't be able to understand certain things about their procedures. But luckily, there are a few experts out there who are genuine experts in how to cheat and scam and use sleight of hand, but they are also people who have worked in the casino industry. So they understand the inner workings of the industry so that they can understand how to help protect the front line where the game meets the players. But there's a real value in spending time with people who are purely focused on playing with deception. And I think casinos should spend more time indulging that. You don't have to take my word for how to protect a game. You probably know how to do that if you're a casino manager or you're a security specialist. But I may be able to show you things that I've picked up or that I'm aware of that you're not. Years ago, I was involved with a way of beating roulette, which I show in another video. And that used PDAs that had Bluetooth technology. And so long as you had someone who could look at the wheel and give the information accurately, and you had someone who could get those bets down, you could get a huge advantage at the game. Completely legally, in my opinion, because you're not going in and changing how the ball falls or changing the way the ball is thrown into the tub. What you're really doing is from the outside processing information that's available to everybody. Casinos are aware of this, but when we took this to a casino for the takedown and we performed it at the table live, they didn't know what we were doing. They weren't able to know in advance how we were going to beat the game. We took so much money off the table in such a quick amount of time, we actually got lucky as well as having the system on our side. But later, when we spoke to the casino and we shared with them that information, they freely admitted they had just been to a conference and they had seen a form of this technology that was way behind what we were using, and that was already out of date from our point of view. Why not indulge that a little bit more openly? There are people who will never tell anything to the casinos because they absolutely want to use that information to get money off the table. Good for them. But some of us, and there are quite a few, are so obsessed by this information that we get it from all these different sources. The fear, of course, is that if you train a dealer or you show a dealer how a shuffle might be cheated, they might then use that in a game. But what about the pit boss? If the pit boss knows what to look for, how is a dealer going to get away with it? That kind of paranoia is a problem in the industry. So for me, one of the biggest mistakes casinos make is they need to spend a little bit more time exploring and indulging ideas of deception to better protect their games.